let's check out the luxurious Hermes Apple Watch Series 10. Okay, I feel like I should dress a little better. Okay, at least I got a collar on now. Real quick, before I get into this thing, if you want to keep up to date with all the latest Apple news, please consider hitting that subscribe button. So this is roughly a $400 Apple Watch, and this is a nearly $1,400 Apple Watch. So as I said, this is my first Apple Watch here. This is the jet black aluminum Apple Watch Series 10, and these start at $399. Conversely, I also have this lovely orange box, which contains the Hermes edition of the Apple Watch Series 10 in silver titanium. This thing right here cost me $1,300. Let's see what you get. We're gonna go ahead and open this thing up. They just slide out. I mean, definitely a different unboxing experience compared to the regular version of the Apple Watch. You have the Hermes logo here, the Apple Watch logo, two separate boxes, one for the band that you pick up and the other for the Apple Watch itself. So let's go ahead and start with the band that I chose. This is the Torsade single tour band. That's the one that I'm unboxing here. There are several new Hermes bands available. This is just the one that I like, and several of them weren't available for a little while, so I went with what was imminently in stock here for the launch. And there it is. So it comes in this like almost like a sheath, but these used to be more like cloth. Now it feels a little more paper-like. It still feels nice, but it's probably made more from paper these days just to keep Apple's environmental goals in line. But if we open it up, let's see, we have the band itself split into two on the bottom. They break up both these so like they don't touch when they're in the box. This is a super unique band. I love this. Basically, they've stitched these, but they've done like this 3D stitching that gives it this appearance of being like woven material, but it's actually just all kind of stitched together like that to give it that 3D look. I like this one quite a bit, so I'm glad that this is one that I was able to find in stock for the launch. Here it is, Apple Watch Hermes 46mm silver titanium. Let's remove the stickers from both ends of the watch. Here it is, the Hermes Apple Watch Series 10. You have a little booklet here on this right side. It's a little bit thicker, you'll notice, than your standard kind of Apple Watch brochures these days. We slide this out. You'll see not only do you get the bundled Apple Watch, but you have an orange version as well. What's a nice little touch, if we take this out, again, super little touch, but it actually does say Hermes right here on the clasp underneath. So you can tell it is an Hermes version of this band, not just the regular orange one. You know, that would be blasphemous. If you consider this a regular orange band, it's the Hermes version as indicated by the logo here on the underside of the clasp. So you do get this with it, which I do appreciate that because you get two bands. I guess helps compensate for that price a little bit compared to the other versions of Apple Watch. Then you have the charger, nothing different to see here, still the standard Apple Watch charger. It's a woven cable, that's all the same, metal around the edge. This, I believe, is unchanged from the regular versions of the Apple Watch. Then you have the watch itself. So it's wrapped in paper, pretty similar to how all the other ones are these days, and it is a very bright silver, very bright silver. I'm excited to see this. So let's go ahead and we'll slide it out here. I don't want to turn it on quite yet. There we go. That's it. The Hermes Apple Watch Series 10 in silver titanium. You'll notice on the back here, it does say Series 10 and Hermes, so another way that they identify this as the Hermes version. It does have a sapphire crystal. It does use sapphire crystal on this one, similar to the regular titanium Series 10. The reason why is because on the base version, like the aluminum one here, this just uses Ion X glass. So both the higher end version of the regular Apple Watch as well as the Hermes one use sapphire crystal. This does come as an LTE version, so you have cellular here, unlike base Apple Watch, again, that does not come with cellular unless you pay to upgrade it to that. So you get the cellular here, you get the sapphire crystal, a couple small upgrades, and the extra watch band in the box to help make up for that very high price tag. So one of the initial differences here is that the Apple Watch Hermes edition comes with an exclusive material choice. It is the only Apple Watch in the lineup where you can get a silver titanium Apple Watch Series 10. You can get titanium versions in gold, there's like a black color, and then there is natural titanium, but you cannot get a silver one unless you opt for the Hermes. I was really curious on how the difference would look because I do happen to have a titanium, natural titanium Apple Watch Series 10, and I really like the silver, but actually there's not much of a difference at all. Like there's only a slight difference. You can barely even see it in this comparison here. Like they look very similar. Like even in the lighting, the natural is just a slight bit darker than the silver one is. I prefer the silver, but the difference is not as pronounced as I expected it to be. So let's go ahead and let's just turn this thing on and let's get it paired, and I'll show you some of the other benefits of this watch. Another little touch, when you are doing this setup, you're going to notice it has that like orange face here, so that's just white. On the Hermes version, it does give you that extra orange look, which I think looks really pretty. So the Apple Watch is finished syncing. Let's go ahead, tap and hold on the screen to get into the edit menu, and let's go all the way to the right and add some new watch faces. New. Let's scroll down, and there's an entire section dedicated to the Hermes faces. You can see we can change our typeface on it. We can change the dial, how many of those numerals you want to put around the outside, the color, which is the orange dial, or there's like the Hermes orange and every other one that you'd expect on here. And then we have complications, just one at the bottom, which is by default just the date. This is the Hermes Circuit H face right there. This is the Hermes Circulaire face. Again, the Hermes logo in the middle, some very exclusive like typefaces and colors, stuff like that. Then we have the Hermes Lucky Horse. Then the Hermes Lucky Horse. And the last one is the Hermes Radial. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclusive watch faces when you pick up the Hermes version of the Apple Watch Series 10. Okay, is buying the Hermes version of the Apple Watch like sensible? No, but this is a fashion item at this point. This is what you're paying for. It's a fashion. You're paying for the Hermes name, the Hermes label, these bands. Like that is what you're paying for. Does it make sense for the average person? Not at all by any means. But if you're someone who's going to buy an Hermes watch, an Hermes handbag, you could want something like this. Honestly, compared to the regular price of the Apple Watch, $1,000 for these things. It's definitely still a lot, but it's not insane for people who are already buying Hermes stuff. It's really lovely, and it's kind of really cool to see the different unboxing experience, the different bands that are included, and I like that they do include the different faces to go along with it. There's like some nice touches there. No one should be buying this unless you really want to own some Hermes stuff. It's otherwise cool if you're going to spend the money. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts on the Hermes Apple Watch Series 10 down below in the comments. Otherwise, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video.